Session 6 of Urban Governance deals with urban housing and land development. Housing backlog mainly deals with low income housing, which covers 98% of backlog. Overwhelming gap is towards congestion factor and dilapidated structures. Congestion means when more than one married couple live under one roof. Affordability is another key issue, which is facing the problem of large part of housing stock locked up in the speculative housing. Vacancy rate in India is as high as 12%, meaning 12% housing is vacant. Scarcity of urban land, mismatch between plan and development, unauthorized land subdivision, limited scope of vertical growth and lack of infrastructure and real demand is the main problem. Housing is important aspect in social and economic development. It is a basic need next only to food and cloth. It generates wealth to poor. Also is used by them as workplace. It is equally important for lower and middle income households. 80% backlog is towards congestion factor and 17% is towards dilapidated or substandard housing. Housing has a multiplier effect in the income and employment. As part of construction, the share of housing is 6.8% to the total jobs in the country. 99% jobs are in the informal sector. Employment multiplier is 1:8, meaning that if one person is directly employed, 8 are employed elsewhere. Income multiplier is 1:5. Housing also provides 12% of indirect taxes in the country. In the current scenario, housing initiatives started with Urban Land Ceiling and Regulation Act of 1977 with the purpose to speed up the supply of land for housing. The act failed to achieve its objectives and has been repealed by states. HUDCO was created in 1977. National Housing Bank was created in 1986 to expedite direct lending through housing finance institutions, growing private sector participation, and finally, in the current scene, the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is the most important scheme or program of Government of India. Pradhan Mantri Housing Yojana has 4 important components: in situ slum redevelopment, affordable housing through credit linked subsidies, affordable housing through partnership, and beneficiary linked housing. Ultimate objective is to enhance supply of affordable housing in the context of households across the income segments. There is a urban housing dilemma. The number of houses and households are not so different, but the requirements are huge, and that is because of congestion factor and because of dilapidated structures. Another is fund availability mismatch. Funds required are 10 lakh crore to 22 lakh crore, but there is low availability of funds, particularly the loan finance from formal sector banks to the low income housing. Loan finance is more towards middle and high income, who constitute only 1% share in the backlog, and low income housing, which constitutes 99% share, has a small part of loan finance from banks. New normal for housing in this era of post-COVID development covers concessions to housing finance institutions, viability gap funding through HUDCO and other state agencies, reservation of land for low income housing, tax benefits and incentives in the form of floor area ratio, floor space index, transfer of development rights and transit oriented development to see that supply of housing is enhanced. There are 5 models of public private partnership in housing. They have a specific provision for low income housing. Private developer on private land give 52% units for affordable housing. Private development on acquired land also have majority units for affordable housing. Private developer on government land also have at least 50% for economically weaker sections, and slum housing is also taken up with extra floor area ratio, that is up to 4 on public private partnership mode. Finally, we have to further enhance and improve our actions on land availability for housing, land availability for city government, database development on housing backlog, granting maximum possible floor space index for housing, grant of transfer of development rights and using land as a resource to raise funds for infrastructure, services and low income housing. Thank you.